Hi, welcome to This Week in Property. I'm Jayashree Kurup. I'm editor MBTV. I have with me Prabhakar Sinha. He's the real estate editor of the Times of India. We also have um, Tahini Bhushan. She's an Amrapali buyer. And Kumar Mihir, he's a lawyer in the Supreme Court. He's connected closely with the Amrapali case. So Amrapali buyers battle on, and the issues seem to be compound. We decided that even though yesterday was supposed to be the date, it was postponed, but we decided that we will continue to talk about this issue because there are so many wheels within wheels in Amrapali that we decided that we will actually pick up. Prabhakar, you want to start?
Hi, Jayashree.
Yeah.
Now, basically, if you go by what Supreme Court judgment is last time on the 10th of this month, now it seems that Supreme Court is committed to get those projects completed. But right now, the biggest problem that everyone is facing in Amrapali project is its opacity. Basically, they are not putting things on online. NBCC is not responsible towards buyers. The only that the court receiver appointed is responsible towards buyer. He is not available to comment and things like that. So I believe here he must do something to make things public regularly. So they should create a website to put things, and then after they should ask that how the remaining projects to start. That is the most important factors, and they should try to interact with the buyers. Some of the buyers are have filed case in the Supreme Court. They are talking, but even among them, only those who are very active, they are of the know of the things. The rest are completely in dark. They don't know how to go about it. So I believe the most important factor at this point of time, there is no question of the commitment of the Supreme Court. That is very clear that they want that project to be completed. But then the issues is that how the payment has to be made, where the payment has to be made, whether the banks are going to give the loan or not, whether the entire amount has to be paid up front. Now the Supreme Court judgment says that banks can release funds in phases as the project's completed. So now things like this should the buyer should be told also about it. They are completely in dark, and that is the biggest problem right now in this entire thing. Otherwise, the Supreme Court is my baap. If they want to get the project completed, it seems that it will be completed soon. That's a good news.
See, Prabhakar, soon is a qualitative term. Let's say that it will be started soon. And there are roughly about 38,000 units that still need to be completed. Many sold, many unsold. There is a issue of enhanced FAR, which will make the projects more viable. There is enough in the project to attract people. It's just that the mechanics of the whole thing has not been evolved. And I'm going to go to the buyer's representative, Tahini Bhushan. Tahini, how well are you informed about how the case is progressing?
So the issue is that we are aware of how because I'm also a lawyer, so I keep it myself up to date with regards to what all the orders are, whatever points are they covering, and how serious the Supreme Court is. But the issue is that we only get updated via our representatives, and then the doubts which we have to put it forth our people, like we tell the welfare association that these are the doubts, and we don't know whether they are actually getting there and formalizing at the stage where we want an interim application having those points. Like there are minor things as a buyer which we are unaware of, or which we want the Supreme Court to be aware of, and that communication gap is still happening with each and every order which comes through. Then we realize, oh my god, this also needs to be
Give me an
covered in this.
Give me an example.
So the issue is that we have the electricity meters which most of us have installed in our project. Most of it are prepaid meters, all right. And now with the NBCC coming in, they are saying that, and few of the projects have postpaid meters also. So few of the apartments also have postpaid meters. Now they are saying that the postpaid meters needs to be converted to prepaid meters, and the buyer has to pay for it. Whereas we have already paid for the same, and it is already there in the account. And now that point is not covered within the NBCC scope of work. That point the court is also not yet aware of that, how the electricity meter thing will actually eventually work. So what exactly happens is now we as buyers, we are left in the lurch because we want to enhance our electricity infrastructure. I've been staying in this project for the last 5 years. So we know that the electricity infrastructure was very basic to start with, and the builder was working along the lines that fine, eventually he will upscale it to the level. So half of our wires are coming in, going in from somewhere. We are unaware of it, and every summers we face issues with regards to power backup and voltage fluctuations and all that. And and the thing is that even if we tell PVVNL, they'll be like, okay, this much is left of dues that you need to clear. Your infrastructure is not supportive, and then you have to pay for this, and the buyer is like, I have already paid. So those key points are which Supreme Court is still unaware of.
Right. Mihir, I want to come to you. Buyers say that there is opacity. Prabhakar says there's opacity.
Yes.
As a lawyer who's supporting the buyers group, help us understand how these issues can be resolved, and should they be taken to court before they become an issue?
Yes, so I'll tell you two things. One is you have to understand that earlier there was an entire company or a group, large number of people who were handling this project, these projects. Okay, you had the builder and builder's employees and the entire staff. The office was working. Now all that has gone. Now there's only one person, right? And one person who's also a senior advocate. So he has his own practice to take care of. And at the same time, he's been given this huge burden of handling and sorting out the Amrapali mess. He's trying his level best. I keep interacting with him. He's holding meetings with banks, with SBI caps, with home buyers. In fact, before the COVID situation, whenever you go to the receiver's office or house, you always could find a large number of home buyers who were either meeting him or had gone to him with some sort of a complaint. Okay, that their sewer is not working properly. There's water problem. There's electricity problem, and he was trying his level best to sort this out, despite the problem in or lack of manpower. To give you an example, what Tahini said, okay, something about electricity, okay. Yeah. So, for example, there's this Amrapali Zodiac project where there was a huge difference between the residents and the Amrapali, the buyers association or apartment owners association, who was running or taking care of the management because the builder is gone, about the meters and how the maintenance amount has to be charged. They went to the receiver, he sat with them, he sorted their things out. In fact, he raised an issue in his note before the Supreme Court and got an order for NBCC to complete the electricity infrastructure. Obviously now, because of the COVID pandemic, it may not be possible for buyers to go and sit with him on every issue. But he is trying his level best to inform the buyers about the update through this blog that he started. Even I agree that blog is not very updated. It has to be, there has to be a regular updation of things that are happening. But now in the judgment of 10th of June, Supreme Court has now again directed NBCC and the receiver to keep the buyers updated of whatever is happening in these projects. So I'm sure they'll take care of that. Supreme Court has also asked the receiver to appoint a little more manpower to keep information flow going. So he'll again do something on that, I'm sure. But yes, till that happens, obviously buyers will have to keep asking their lawyers what is happening.
No, Mayor, I want to
yes,
just say one thing, sir. That
yes.
Now look, those who have already got the flat, fine, they are fighting and they are doing things. But think of those who have not got the flat. And Supreme Court, in its last judgment, clearly mentioned that NBCC is not responsible towards buyer. He is responsible towards receiver. So he is not answerable to the buyers directly. He is answerable to buyers through receiver only.
Yes,
so,
Yes, Prabhakar sir, if I can answer
No,
point
no,
at
no.
once.
The
See,
issue
what
is
was
this.
happening
Issue
was,
is this, that why don't you ask the Supreme Court or the receiver to put everything on the website, and there should be a column where any buyer can go on the website and just put its complaint that he is facing this problem, and then receiver can address those problems, because there is no
Mhm.
platform right now and the buyers don't know where to go. Now look, they can't.
There are too many
There are
buyers.
too many buyers. They can't go to the Supreme Court. They don't know even where receiver lives and where receiver will really entertain them. Receiver is a lawyer, is a big lawyer. He might not be, I mean, he is not available to even journalists like me very easily. So now the issue is this. Now the look about the buyers, they applied. And on top of all this, you ask them to pay also. They are saying that, Baba, we don't know who is the face, who is doing what. And Supreme Court is asking us to pay. Now think of that kind of a opacity. The buyers are completely in dark, in lurch. So that's what I believe you must try to get
no,
resolved.
I completely understand. So there are two things. One is why NBCC has been asked or said, it's been said that why an NBCC is not responsible to buyers was that buyers started making NBCC parties in their consumer complaints, in their criminal complaints, in their suits, in their arbitration
अरे
petitions.
बाबा कोई फेस ही नहीं है सुप्रीम कोर्ट तो फेस हो नहीं सकता उसके
No, no, I
खिलाफ तो
agree.
केस
I
फाइल होगा
agree.
नहीं
I agree. So
बाहर कहाँ जाएगा
No, I understand, but and the court started issuing summons to the CMD of NBCC in criminal matters, in civil matters. So that was a problem where why this order came that NBCC is not responsible. But yes, now an order has been given. If you see 10th June's order,
Yeah,
which you
sorry.
yes, so you referred to that also.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
that yes, in that judgment, Supreme Court has clearly directed the receiver to put a flow of information or an avenue, given avenue to the buyers to find out exactly what is happening in these matters. So that
Okay,
surely,
this is an issue that we have addressed. I want to go to a bigger issue here, which is the
yes,
issue of finance.
yes,
If this project needs to be completed, and we know that Supreme Court had raised the flag, the NBCC had raised the flag that if the money comes, we will complete. If the money doesn't come, we can't do it. Now, let's talk about where we are with finances right now. Mihir, it would be nice if you could tell us what's happening on the ground as far as finance.
yes. So there were three parts from basically from or three sources basically from where the money was supposed to come.
Yeah.
First was from the buyers themselves. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the biggest problem there was that buyers had argued, or all of us had argued who are representing the buyers, that most of the buyers have taken home loans because these are all middle class people and they have taken home loans for these. And banks are not even for those buyers whose accounts have not been declared NPA and they are regularly paying their EMIs. Banks are not paying the money or not disbursing any further, and therefore they are unable to make the payment.
Right.
Remember, initially, July to 2019, when the judgment came, the time period given to the buyers was 3 months.
Yeah.
We are almost a year away from that, further from that judgment.
And the banks were not disbursing, so the buyers couldn't.
The banks,
right?
yeah, so banks said as per RBI norms, until the demand is raised on them, they can't disburse. There was no mechanism for the court or available with the receiver to individually raise demands on behalf of each buyer because that takes huge manpower.
Right.
So to take care of that problem, bank in the 10th June judgment, court has directed all the banks to release the payment or whatever loan account.
Right.
There were another group of buyers who said that because the builder had defaulted on his promises to pay the EMIs, etc., their accounts have now been declared NPA.
Yeah.
And therefore, obviously, the bank are not going to release the payment and they don't have financial wherewithal to pay whatever is balance.
Yeah.
So, to that extent, again in 10th June judgment, so that banks will restructure all those loan accounts.
Okay.
So, hopefully that will large number of DRT cases and other default SARFAESI Act, which have been given to the buyers, the fault of the buyer, fault of the builder. So, takes care of the money part that is supposed to come from the, which is a huge chunk, which is almost almost 1,000 crore is yet to come from the buyers,
This is from the retail
which a large
banking
chunk was.
This is from the retail banking.
This is absolutely
Right.
now the second part was now. Yeah,
I'm going to
now the second part was.
1 minute. I'm going to ask you one question here. The buyers whose
Yes.
projects are to be picked up, nobody knows which projects are to be picked up first. And there are multiple projects.
Yes.
Now, if my project is
Hmm.
last in the queue and all my money is disbursed now, what guarantee do I have that my project will be completed, and how will that be completed?
And when will it be
See,
completed?
And when will it be completed?
Yes. The only guarantee now you have is the guarantee that Supreme Court is behind these projects. Right. So you will have to keep your faith in the Supreme Court. Supreme Court is trying its level best, and that's why I was coming to the next source.
Yeah.
Right. You remember there was a real estate stress fund that was announced by the government of India.
25,000 crores.
Yes, which was
Yeah.
to be which is to be managed, which is being managed by SBI Caps.
Right.
Now, Supreme Court, and this project was not available for those builders, those projects which are before the courts or where insolvency has been admitted, etc.
Yes.
Supreme Court in this, at least in Amrapali project, specifically asked the government to make available funds from this real estate stress fund for construction of Amrapali projects.
Right.
Initially, in fact, they also asked Government of India itself to give a loan of 500 crore to be used as seed money for these projects.
Right.
Government said that they directly can't finance these projects because this will create a precedent, and other projects may also come and ask for this money.
Yeah.
But they have now accepted that this stress fund can be used to finance Amrapali projects. In fact, today at 2 o'clock, we are going to argue and discuss the proposal of SBI Caps for funding the Amrapali project. The matter is listed today itself. And hopefully some money will come from that. There's another source, that is UCO Bank has also given its or shown its willingness to come forward and finance these projects in lieu of the unsold inventory to be kept as mortgage with them. So some money will come from that. Also, a large number of properties which MSTC is trying to sell, there were certain issues regarding FAR, etc. Certain issues about encumbrances. So that Supreme Court is trying to sort out. MSTC has been asked to give a detailed chart of what problems it is facing with respect to each property item wise. And some directions will come on that. So that will enable the court to sell these properties and raise funds from that.
How much would this be? How much unsold inventory is there?
Unsold inventory is about 5,000 units are unsold. So some money should come from that.
Are they saleable right now?
What?
Are they saleable right now?
No. Some of them are ready. But most of them are yet to be completed. But even then, UCO Bank has showed its willingness that it may keep these units as mortgage with itself and finance up to 2,000 crore rupees. So if that happens, obviously a lot of problem will be sorted out.
Yeah, sure.
So let's see. STC, as I was saying, that has to give a detailed and sort out the difficulties that facing for sale of these projects, the sale of these properties. So that is something will be discussed in Supreme Court today, and hopefully things will be sorted.
Sure.
We are keeping our fingers crossed.
There is a question.
Money has to come.
Yeah, money has to come. So on the issue of finance, when the stress fund comes, it comes with a lot of conditions, right? And do you think the Amrapali projects will be able to meet these conditions to get the funds from SBI Cap?
In fact, SBI Cap has been meeting the receiver, and as per receiver's submissions in court and SBI Cap's itself submissions it has made in court, they have prima facie found these projects to be viable enough, and eligible for getting finance from from this stress fund. The only problem was that these projects were before the court, and therefore they were not meeting one condition, which now Supreme Court, because of Supreme Court's intervention, has seems to be have been waived off. So hopefully there should not be a problem. Unless SBI caps now comes with further conditions, I don't think there should be a problem in getting finance from this.
Yeah, no, Supreme Court is there, Jasri, they will direct them to, give money. But issue is here, I just want to understand one thing, that why not NBCC as a consultant who has been appointed by the Supreme Court, at least prepare a chart that which project is going to be completed when, and with what, and what will be the process. I mean, there is a complete darkness here. Nobody knows that which project is going to be taken up, when will it be taken up, and how it is going to be completed. All these projects, they are saying that cash positive. Fine, very good if they are cash positive. But when will they be completed? By 2025? Will they be completed by then? And at least buyers should be told that. Now the issue is this: buyers are completely in dark. They say that, boss, Supreme Court is asking money to be paid. Now, if banks are, and not only that, Supreme Court has asked banks to give money even to those accounts whose account has been declared NPA. So now they are saying that forgo that NPA part, you just release the money. Now that means money will come, no problem. But then when who is going, because NBCC is not going to construct, NBCC will appoint a contractor. Now at least there should be something to be known, no? That when the project is going to be completed, who is going to take it up. Now suppose the contractor has not been appointed, at least timeline could have been prepared, and NBCC is charging for that. It's not that NBCC is going to do it free of cost. NBCC is charging for that, and still they have not given anything, neither to the Supreme Court nor to the buyers, and things are just moving on. That okay, on every date something is happening, and then the people are sitting desperately.
That is the third issue that I was going to pick up after finance. One is that there is not enough information flow to the consumers. The second is that they are not aware of where the funding will come from. They have been told, please deposit, and what you're saying is that they should trust the Supreme Court. I think the Supreme Court is doing a fine job in trying to untangle such a complicated issue. But the consumers have various other problems, right? The consumers, if you ask them that people who went in for subvention, the whole the premise of their purchase was that I pay 10% now, I get my house, and then I start paying my money. They've paid their 10%, their credit scores have been ruined, and after that they haven't got a house still. But today now you're telling them, let's pay your entire money, but you don't know what the timeline is. And what Prabhakar says is completely true. There is no timeline for that consumer to know that if I put my money in, I will get my house in, say, 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years, 2.5 years. There is no timeline. You don't know which project is going to be picked up, which project is going to go through, what is the timeline, who's building it, when will the building start. This kind of non-flow of information is what is creating a lot of heartburn among the consumers.
No, NBCC is not doing it at all. NBCC is just sitting idle. They are going to the Supreme Court for the next case.
Yeah.
I will just give an examples. Like in our society, the work has started. So NBCC has come through and they have started with regular work. What we do is with every evening around late night, we get an update. These many tires, this much work will happen, and the list of works that is going to happen along those lines. This is Silicon City. But the issue now is that as a buyer, I'm in phase 1. We already have another issues with regards to encroached land and a lot more issues with regards to our boundary, FAR and all that. Leaving all that aside, I as a buyer, I remember 5 years back when I came to take possession, there was another tower which was part of phase 2. That tower has been remaining exactly the same, just brick and mortar, nothing else. And there were 25 to 30 people who were all owners who had come 5 years back along with me, and they were really struggling to get an idea when they will get it. And few of those buyers were literally crying in front of the Amrapali guys, because at that point of time Amrapali was still in charge of the project, and they were all like, listen, this is our life savings, we don't even know when we'll get it, we might, forget registry, just give us our flags, give us the key, we'll get everything done from inside. And it is just the same. Now, what is happening with NBCC also is, as mentioned before, the information opacity is always there. We don't exactly know, and now many of us like might are, if I am not getting any work done, and in some other tar some other work is happening, the owners who are waiting to pay up, they are like, हमारे टावर में तो कुछ काम नहीं हो रहा है, so how will we manage, where is our money going, we don't know now. And obviously the fear is anyhow multiplied, especially with the current situation, that we put our money again into something which is not going to give us returns anytime soon. We are already burdened by the home loan and paying or living on rent somewhere else. So most of these buyers are still hanging in the middle, and despite Supreme Court giving so much of assurance, because as a lawyer, I sometimes go ahead and explain it to them that, you know what, the Supreme Court is really trying to untangle this mess, but it doesn't instill a lot of confidence in the buyers at all.
I'd
Like,
you to respond.
And that is most important to complete the project, let me tell you, because without buyer's money, and now if you're forcing the buyer, asking them, no, you pay first. I'll give you one example, Jasri. There is a one buyer who works in Economic Times, and he has a flat in Noida Extension. Excavation even has not started as yet. He has paid 20 lakhs of rupees. Now remaining money had to be paid at the time of possession. No work is happening. He has just one paper of the payment. He keep asking me that, boss, what should I do? Where should I go when my project is going to take up? He has no idea at all. He's completely at dark. Now, if he goes to at least
Let's ask Mihir to respond, then we'll continue with
Yes.
this. Yeah.
Yes. So if you go to receiver's blog in November, I think 24th of November 2019, NBCC had given a proposal.
Yeah.
A phase details. Sorry, 19th of November.
Yeah.
It's there on a receiver's blog. They had given a proposal of, and this was in the phase one, because that was the time when money was only trickling in. There was no talk about funding from SBI CAPS or Government of India. So they had devised a proposal, and they had divided it into three phases: phase one, phase two, phase three, in which construction was to be taken over.
Yeah.
In the initial proposal given before the court, NBCC had said the moment the tenders are awarded, they will take about from 12 months to 36 months to complete the entire project.
Yeah.
This was subject to funds being available.
Yeah.
Right. So now, latest situation is that NBCC has tenders in all the projects except 3 City 1 and 2 and one tech park in Noida. Hopefully their tender, because Beat Cities 1 and 2 was under forensic audit, that tender could not be issued. Now that audit has been submitted, so that tender may be issued in near. But other projects tender has been issued. So once funding comes, and think now only because there was no money, the buyers 1 year had only deposited about 140 crore rupees. The total cost of construction after taking account of all deductions and everything had now come down to approximately 7,500 crores. So compare that 140 crore in account with 7,500 crores. So that was, and NBCC said that initially they need about 20%, 10% at the time of floating the tender, and 10% at the time of starting the work, for the works to start simultaneously in all these projects. So that comes to about 1,400 crore is what they said they will need for to start simultaneously in all these projects. Hopefully with this SBI CAPS issue and some funding from there, NBCC will have enough money to start work in all these projects. So that is something that will be sorted out. We have been asking the receiver and NBCC to give a detailed report or detailed chart of what work in which project, which tower will be completed when, because this is something that Amrapali had initially filed before the Supreme Court when the started 91, and today will be the 92nd hearing, if I can tell you, in this matter. Okay, so initially that plan was there, and they had given each project, each tower, how much time will be taken. So we are asking NBCC also, once tender is started, I mean tenders are issued, to give us a detailed chart of each project, each tower, how much work is to be done and by what time it will be completed and possessions can be handed over. So I'm sure that is something that can be sorted out.
Here, what is the timeline by your estimate for that?
See, they had all the tenders have already been floated. The technical bids was supposed to be opened in the first week of June. The financial bids will be opened by end of June. So hopefully by end of June or mid of July, we will know the contractors in each of these projects.
Right. Now, before that is available, asking the consumer to pay. Now, Prabhakar talked about one consumer who's in a project where even the excavation has not begun, and he's already paid 20 lakhs. Let's talk about another. Dipankar Kumar has written here, sir, जिन लोगों का सेल्फ फंडिंग था, उनको बैंक लोन देगा या नहीं देगा? काफी लोग सब जब घर बुक किए थे, उस टाइम नौकरी में थे और अब वे रिटायरमेंट के करीब आ गए हैं, और सुप्रीम कोर्ट का कहना है कि बकाया पूरा पैसा एक साथ देना होगा. ऐसे लोग अपना पैसा कैसे दे सकते हैं? Right? Now, his first 10% he may have self-funded. His whole idea was that he would go for a bank loan as the stages of construction move. Nothing has moved. Now he is saying subvention scheme के buyers के लिए लोन रिस्ट्रक्चर कैसे किया जाएगा? यदि इंटरेस्ट और पेनल्टी को माफ नहीं किया गया तो वह उनके लिए सरदर्द हो जाएगा, बिकॉज दे विल हैव टू पे दे वेंट फॉर अ सबवेंशन स्कीम. बैंक का इस पे क्या कृपया स्पष्ट करें.
See, that is for self-financed people. We are trying. In fact, receiver in his note submitted earlier had also requested the court, and we had requested him to ensure a direction to the people who have not availed loans for Amrapali project. Be made eligible, and banks should be directed their proposals to grant them loans if they want. So hopefully, and for subvention and other people, in fact, we had asked the receiver, and he has asked Supreme Court that if buyers can be asked to for those people who in whose project no work has started, like as Prabhakar sir was saying, that in one project only excavation has also not happened. So for them to pay the entire money could be a bit burdensome. So we had requested the receiver, and he has in turn requested the court that for them, if they can be allowed to pay money in a phase-wise manner and not the entire sum at one go.
Court has granted also.
So that is something that can be looked into. Insofar as restructuring of loan is considered, 10th of June, the court has directed the banks to restructure these loans. We are yet to know what proposal they want. If they accept the proposal of the receiver presented to the court, that proposal said that no penal interest, no extra charges regularizing these accounts. In fact, he had asked for a EMI holiday for 6 to 12 months. Once from the date these monies are paid, these accounts are regularized and money is disbursed by these banks, the buyers will get from 6 months to 12 months period, after which their EMI will start at the same rate which was agreed in the original loan agreement.
Sure.
So no penal interest, no penalty, etc. For, in fact, no extra charges for regularizing these loans, and with a time period of 12 to 6 months to 12 months for the buyers to arrange their finances to start paying the EMIs. Remember, the money is being paid for the houses of the buyers, right? So ultimately, it's the buyers who will have to bear the burden. The builder is gone. There's no way that either receiver or court will pay EMIs on their behalf. So ultimately, it's the buyers who will have to pay.
So,
Yes, so
I'm going to highlight what Mihir has said, Kumar Mihir has said. Kumar Mrityunjay, Mahendra Yadav, Sagar Mitra, a lot of people who said, please clear the doubts of the subvention buyers. What Kumar Mihir is saying is that there is a proposal that the subvention scheme will be restructured, but you will have to pay the EMIs. Nobody is going to pay the EMIs on your behalf.
Yes, ma'am. In fact, I just wanted to add, if I can just add that buyers need to realize that there's no builder now.
Yes.
It's between them and the court, right? So again, see and claim the same situation which was before the judgment of July, that is when the builder was around, is no longer possible. Builder has gone. They need to realize this situation. They are no longer the buyers of Amrapali. Now, Supreme Court is there in place of the builder. The situation has changed completely. So to now say that only because the builder had promised us to pay that we'll have to pay at the time of possession is no longer possible, because if that money doesn't come, it's not feasible or possible for Supreme Court to start started. So buyers also have to realize this.
आप अगर subvention वाले buyers,
we can try for little relief.
Yeah, if you are subvention buyers, there is a chance, there is a push by the Supreme Court that the loans have to be restructured, that there will be no penalties, the interest will be waived, and so on. But whatever payment has to be made, now you have to pay. आपको अपना पैसा खुद ही जमा करना पड़ेगा. वहाँ आगे कोई buyer नहीं, builder नहीं है जो आपका subvention charges देगा. The point is that for those buyers who were self-financed, there is also a proposal that Mihir has just referred to, that this will be cleared. When should they expect some news, Mihir? Mihir, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. When can they expect some information about this?
Yeah, so the receiver is working on that. Today is last hearing before we go for summer vacations in Supreme Court. So hopefully after this work, receiver will work and he'll get some time to work on to start in a medium to render in or provide information to the buyers. So hopefully after today, he'll do something on that. Because remember, see, we have been holding continuous hearing in Amrapali week after week.
Yeah.
So last 4 weeks we have been meeting every Wednesday. The court has been hearing this matter every Wednesday. So it was supposed to be heard yesterday. It could not. So therefore it's listed today, and tomorrow being the last working day. Once we go into summer vacation, hopefully receiver will work and provide some medium to give information to the buyers.
Right.
Just one thing I want to raise here, particularly for subvention scheme, could be a big problem.
Yeah.
Now, suppose a buyer bought it under subvention scheme, say in 2012 or 2013.
Right.
Now, Amrapali didn't pay any EMI. That means interest. The initial EMI is only interest portion.
Yeah.
So, banks is not getting any interest since 2013 till today.
Yeah.
So, all that interest is accumulated.
Yeah.
Okay. So now today the total outstanding amount will become so huge that for the buyers to take those entire amount against the cost of the flat today, there is a huge disparity. Today the cost of that flat will be that much. So that buyer
in fact, Prabhakar sir, Prabhakar sir, in fact, on this, because of this, we had specifically asked, and receiver had also asked, that you have to take the account which was due at the time when the builder defaulted and keep applying the same rate of interest without putting any penal interest on these buyers. So you have to assume that these accounts are regular.
एक चीज मेहर जी, बैंक अपना इंटरेस्ट नहीं छोड़ सकता है. बैंक आपको पेनल चार्ज नहीं करेगा, ठीक है ना, पेनल इंटरेस्ट रेट नहीं लगाएगा, लेकिन जो इंटरेस्ट रेट बैंक का है उस प्रॉपर्टी के ऊपर, उस मनी के ऊपर, बैंक ये बोलेगा ठीक है आप इंटरेस्ट के ऊपर इंटरेस्ट मत दीजिए, लेकिन सिंपल इंटरेस्ट के साथ वो पैसा वापस करना पड़ेगा. अगर आप नहीं पैसा वापस करते हैं वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ही मना नहीं करता है बैंक को. बैंक का जो इंटरेस्ट कॉस्ट है उसके पैसे का वो बायर को या बिल्डर को या जो भी है उसको देना पड़ेगा. अगर बिल्डर, जो कि लोन बायर के नाम पे था, बिल्डर ने सबवेंशन बायर को दिया था, बैंक को नहीं दिया था. अब बायर की तरफ वो डिफॉल्ट किया है. बैंक विल नॉट नाउ, इफ सुप्रीम कोर्ट विल स्टार्ट आस्किंग, लाइक सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज आस्क्ड टू द डेवलपर, सॉरी टू द अथॉरिटीज, कि आप चार्ज नहीं करेंगे. नॉट ओनली दैट, तो उसने बोला कि अगर जो एफएसआई, जो एक्स्ट्रा एफएसआई है, बिल्डर अथॉरिटी को बोला कि आप वो एफएसआई वापस नहीं ले सकते हैं. उस एफएसआई को बेच के एनबीसीसी या रिसीवर पैसा रेज करेगा कंप्लीट करने के लिए. दैट्स अ वेरी यूनिक जजमेंट, बट दैट कैन नॉट अप्लाई ऑन द बैंक मनी. ऑन बैंक मनी somebody has to pay. Try to understand, not the penal charge. Simple interest has to be paid, and with that simple interest, that property becomes costly.
Yeah, Mihir?
Understand that, but see, yes. So, because yes, simple interest has to be paid,
Yeah.
but that simple will be at the same rate which any other bound has been regular. He's paying
Even
so
lower than that. Now, at that time, the rate was 13%. Today, rate is 8%. So they will have to charge only 8%.
Yes.
But even with that 8%, it is a huge amount.
So to that, yes, I agree. But someone has to. We can only ask or request the banks to restructure in a manner so that there is no extra burden or certain burden on the buyers.
But it doesn't
But
suggest
if
that.
they want their house, they have to pay. So I mean, they may get an EMI holiday to arrange their finances, but but we have to see the
EMI
proposal of
सर,
restructuring.
EMI हॉलिडे का मतलब थोड़े ना कि EMI नहीं दीजिएगा, आप आज नहीं दीजिएगा, वो EMI अगले दिन दीजिएगा. आपको देना पड़ेगा EMI.
वो बाद में देना
देना पड़ेगा.
बाद में देना पड़ेगा.
I think you're holding the wrong end of the stick. If the house
See
is
the-
already completed, we need money. If the
Exactly.
money has to be paid, there's no builder there who was giving the subvention schemes. So the buyer has to understand that if he has to get the house, he has to
Exactly.
pay. The issue is how much can you make it easier for the buyer, and
Yes,
that's where they will be restructured, and that the rate of interest has come down significantly. Whether they can, but still there will be a load on the buyer, and because
Yeah.
there's a 10-year default.
जयश्री, अगर फिर भी आप बायर को बता देते हैं कि 2 साल में आपको फ्लैट मिलेगा, वो शायद फिर भी अरेंज करके दे देगा, लेकिन आपको वो भी नहीं पता है ना.
Point that I want to raise, I don't want to get lost in this. I want to now actually say that if you're asking the buyer कि ये सब एक तो restructure करके उसको क्या payment करना है, the buyer needs to know
Exactly.
what he's getting.
Right now, we are just getting a lump sum per project. Whatever information is coming, we are just getting a lump sum idea that okay, fine, Silicon City का इतना है, Leisure Valley का इतना है, Sapphire में इतना है, phase wise है.
Right.
But हमें ये idea नहीं है कि किसका कितना क्या है. And most of the buyers are then clueless. They are like, अच्छा ठीक है, like we have our own WhatsApp groups, and we have those groups wherein people are asking कि okay, fine, the UCO Bank link is active, but that's a very blanket link for a lot of people, and they are very clueless that should we go and put in money there. जिसके पास है भी उसको पता नहीं है कि वो सही जगह डाल रहा है कि नहीं डाल रहा है. So I think one of the things which primarily the receiver, which I have met him personally along with other buyers, we also suggested that there are category of buyers in each project, and each buyer belonging to a specific category has different needs. तो उनकी communication अलग होगी. There are towers which are completely brick and mortar, nothing is there. There are towers which are finished, people are staying, and उसमें facilities, उसमें किस type का infrastructure available है नहीं है. Like I am in a multi-story tower with one lift. with 8 flats on each floor. So the NBCC has gotten us the list. The infrastructure has started, to be in place now. But my point is, communication, I think, needs to be simplified at a very a level has to be more. The reach has to be more, and I think the receiver, he was explaining that he needs more people on board with regards to that, because वैसे I don't think single-handedly he will be able to manage the registry part also, because when we went to meet him, there were so many people who had come and they wanted to have an idea about when will the registry happen. Because for us, my concern now is that I have the house in my name, I'm living in it, I want to be legitimized. But many buyers are like, पहले घर तो मिल जाए, उसके बाद रजिस्ट्री करेंगे.
Exactly.
तो अब डेट्स डिफरेंट है, बट कम्युनिकेशन दोनों को एक ही चीज मिल रही है. तो that's the confusion which is happening. Maybe there are buyers in the market who have the money, but they are unaware कि exactly हमें डाल के कब क्या return मिलेगा, उसमें उन्हें clarity नहीं.
Right. There are three things I'm going to, from what I see, the kind of queries that are coming. The consumers, one, want to know about the money. How is it going to be restructured? What are they going to pay? How are they going to pay it? The second one is, what is the construction process? Which project is going to come first? Which project will be done? What are the timelines? And accordingly, the money, how is their money going to be spent? These are the two big things. The third thing, and I see a lot of consumers asking that the houses the structures have been standing for years now. Who is to do the structural audit and tell them that what they actually get after this is a safe unit? Mihir, three distinct lines of questions. One is information, second is the restructuring of the loan, and third is safety of structures. Would you like to address those?
First is on information. After 10th of judgment, the NBCC has been directed to give updates to receiver. Receiver has been asked to give updates to the buyers. So hopefully, receiver will put in a mechanism in which information will be made available to the buyers as and when things progress. He will work. He'll take the time of summer vacations to provide some kind of medium. Maybe the Amrapali Group's website will be made operational through blog or something. I'm sure he'll work on that.
Now, why don't you make it web-based, Mihir?
Yes, in fact, Amrapali, we are trying to make Amrapali, in fact, I had asked him personally to make take over the Amrapali Group's website only and make it operational.
Yeah.
In fact, people can put in their post, whatever queries or problems, he can have a mechanism to sort them out. Okay. In fact, the court has also positively given him a direction, so he'll work on that, hopefully.
Right.
Second is the payment part.
Yeah.
So on payment, after today's hearing, we'll have a clarity.
Okay.
Whether SBI Caps is giving the seed capital or not.
Yeah.
We will also have some clarity on the auction of Amrapali Group's attached properties, which itself is sufficient enough to complete the work in all these projects.
Yeah.
Now, in addition to that, Supreme Court on 10th of June has also allowed NBCC and receiver to sell the unused FAR, which again is going to fetch a good amount of money.
Yeah.
Right.
So finance-wise, hopefully we are secured, and after today, things will be very clear.
Yeah.
If SBI Caps agrees and their proposal is accepted, then we'll immediately have money to start work in all these projects.
Right.
And once work will start, then obviously the buyer's confidence will return. People who are reluctant to buy the properties of Amrapali may be willing enough to start buying. And
the third,
money will
yes, of structural safety.
Yes, structural safety. See, NBCC, we have been demanding for that. We have been demanding that NBCC conducts a structural audit of all the projects before undertaking the construction work. Yeah. It should not assume that the structures are safe enough and start working on these projects on an as-is, where-is basis.
Yeah.
The receiver has been passing on our concern to NBCC people, and they have said that they'll direct all their contractors to undertake a basic structural audit, safety audit, before embarking on or starting the work. But all this is subject to money being available. So the once we cross that hurdle, all this will be taken care of.
Okay, Mihir,
So
one more issue that one of the consumers has raised. After all, this is a show where consumers can raise their issues. This is This Week in Property.
yes.
And Vinod Kumar Nagar has asked, the banks are not reducing the rate of interest, knowing that the buyer cannot transfer the loan. In that case, what is the Supreme Court going to do? They had taken at 13% interest. Today, it's 7-8% interest. Some cases 6.25 also. Now, how can the consumer avail of the lower rate of interest? Are banks actually profiteering?
Yes, see, so for the longest period of time, bank disbursing money for Amrapali projects. 10th of June, they had taken a stand that RBI, because of RBI guidelines, they restructure the payments, the NPA accounts, and in fact, for which are regular also, they can't the money because no demands have been raised. So Supreme Court turned and rejected that stand and has now directed them to both disperse the money and also give us a restructuring plan of the NPA accounts. Hopefully now, because now banks will be willing to listen to the directions of court and start making payments, buyers ask them. If they don't, they can file an application and ask for court's intervention. Because now obviously the rate.
If you're a buyer, what Mihir is saying is, if you're a buyer and the bank is charging you the rate of interest that was prevailing 10 years ago and not giving you the benefit of lower interest rate, you can approach the bank, the Supreme Court, and tell them this is the problem that you're facing, and I'm sure the court will intervene. That's what you're saying, Mihir?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
That's one more issue that the consumers are raising, and 3-4 consumers have raised, that you've done a forensic audit of the entire thing, but the consumers don't know what the forensic audit, the outcome of the forensic audit was. We did see that when the RERA conducted its forensic audit in Noida, Greater Noida, they did come out and make public statements about what the forensic audit had revealed. Why is there so much secrecy around this forensic audit?
Yes, so for two reasons. One is this forensic audit is being used as a basis for prosecution of Amrapali's promoters. So that this forensic audit constitutes the first part of that investigation. In fact, now ED and other authorities have been asked to conduct further investigation on that. So this is still sub judice. They're working on the information. This forensic audit has been just treated as a basic and not the final document. Second, this forensic audit report is also being used for prosecution of people who are now accused of diverting or receiving the diverted monies. Like, for example, JP Morgan, Suresh family and others. So their investigation is also on. So therefore, this forensic audits report is not a final document, which is as the forensic audit conducted by Noida and Greater Noida authorities was. So this is subject to further investigation, and that is why Supreme Court in its wisdom has asked the auditors and other authorities to not release it for general public's use. That is one. Second is Supreme Court is still working on and hearing on applications filed by people who have been accused of receiving the diverted money and has been directing them to deposit that money. In fact, for example, companies like Royal Golf and others have been filing applications. If you see 10th June's judgment, there's one Vanch developer which was asking for removal of its name. Supreme Court has rejected its claim.
Rejected it,
Yes, so rejected its claim. So therefore, people who are who may have certain grievances, they are still being heard on the basis of this forensic audit reports, and that's why Supreme Court has not chosen, in its wisdom, not to get or put this report in public domain.
Mihir, I'm going to say that in Hindi also. A lot of consumers are Hindi speaking here. And अगर आप ये पूछ रहे हैं कि forensic audit का रिजल्ट आपके पास क्यों नहीं पहुंचा है, उस ऑडिट के रिजल्ट के बेसिस पे आम्रपाली और कई ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस को प्रोसिक्यूट किया जा रहा है. उसको अभी सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ये डिसाइड किया है कि क्योंकि ये प्रोसिक्यूशन का मामला जारी है, वो अभी आप फुल रिपोर्ट को पब्लिक में नहीं दिखा रहे हैं. मगर हम जो यहाँ पे कह रहे हैं कि आपको जो इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए अबाउट योर प्रोजेक्ट, आपका टावर कब बनेगा, क्या टाइमलाइन है, कौन बनाएगा, कैसे बनाएगा, आपको घर कब मिलेगा, बैंक कितना लोन दे रहा है, ये इंफॉर्मेशन कोर्ट ने नहीं कहा है कि आपको नहीं देना है. कोर्ट ने इनफैक्ट मेहर ये कहते हैं कि कोर्ट ने कहा है एनबीसीसी को कि ये इंफॉर्मेशन पब्लिक डोमेन में डालें. अगले हफ्ते से जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट का समर वेकेशन होगा, उस वक्त कोर्ट रिसीवर आम्रपाली के ही वेबसाइट को या किसी ब्लॉग को एक्टिवेट करेंगे जहां पे आपको ये इंफॉर्मेशन मिलेगा. ये प्रोसेस शुरू हो चुका है, ये जारी है, और बहुत जल्दी आपको ये इंफॉर्मेशन जो आपको जिस इंफॉर्मेशन की जरूरत है वो यहाँ पे पब्लिक डिस्प्ले में होगा. पूरा फोरेंसिक ऑडिट का रिपोर्ट आप तक अभी नहीं पहुंचेगा. आप में से जो लोग कह रहे हैं कि आपके पास किराया और ईएमआई देने के पैसे नहीं हैं, and this is a very large part of the community here, because 10-12 years lower middle class and middle class people who have actually been bearing the brunt of this. A lot of consumers are saying हम दोनों कैसे दें. बैंक को तो कह दिया कि पैसे दे दो, मगर हमें पता नहीं है घर कब मिलेगा. अगर घर नहीं मिलेगा, हमें रेंट तो देना है और ऊपर से ये किराया भी देना है. तो कैसे करेंगे? Has the court a view on this?
No, unfortunately, we have been raising this, but court has not gone into this till now. Right now, their first priority is to ensure that work starts. In fact, they had also, some people said that they can't pay any further and they wanted refund also. So that plea has been rejected. Yeah. So I understand that there's a problem, but if they want their houses, they will have to arrange their finances. They can request the court or we have been requested in the court on behalf of all the buyers to make it phase-wise, to allow them to pay in installments. But ultimately, the buyers, if they want their houses, they will have to pay. I understand that this is burdensome, but now they are builder is gone, builder has disappeared, and they have been subjected to this massive fraud. The only way to come out of this and to get their houses is possible only if they pay. So they'll have to arrange something.
देखिए, अगर आपके पास आपको मकान चाहिए, चाहिए 10 साल से तो आप इसमें पिस रहे हैं. अभी जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट आपके लिए लड़ रहा है और कह रहा है कि किसी तरह इन घरों को कंप्लीट करो, घर चाहिए तो आपको पैसा पे करना पड़ेगा, और ये अभी इसका कोई सोल्यूशन नहीं निकला है. और जो लोग कह रहे हैं कि सरकार ने बिल्डर्स को इतने पैसे दिए लेकिन जेपी और आम्रपाली को कुछ नहीं मिला, सरकार ने किसी बिल्डर को पैसे नहीं दिए हैं. And this is a fact that all of you have to understand.
And Ampali promoter is in jail.
Yeah. सरकार ने प्रोमोटर्स को जेल में डाला है. प्रोमोटर्स रेरा के थ्रू प्रोमोटर्स से मेड देम टो द लाइन, मगर सरकार ने किसी बिल्डर को पैसा नहीं दिया है. सरकार ये चाहती है कि घर बन जाए और आप जैसे कंज्यूमर्स को घर मिल जाए. 25,000 करोड़ का एक फंड बना था, उस फंड से स्टक प्रोजेक्ट्स को कंप्लीट करने के लिए सीड कैपिटल दिया जा सकता था. ये फंड अभी बहुत बिल्डरों ने उसके लिए डिमांड किया है, और आम्रपाली को भी उसके दायरे में लाया गया है. ये नहीं कि सरकार कह रही है आम्रपाली के बायर्स को जाने दो. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने सरकार से रिक्वेस्ट किया था, और उस दरखास्त के बेसिस पे सरकार ने वो 25,000 करोड़ में से 500 करोड़ आम्रपाली ने मांगा है काम शुरू करने के लिए. One more question, Mihir, that people are asking is, why does NBCC need the money upfront? Isn't it the only organization that's asking for upfront money? I think we need to explain the process of completing multiple projects all together without NBCC being the promoter, right? Would you like to talk about that?
Yes. So they need to understand. See, there are three major projects, okay, which are stuck, where most of the people are suffering or have gone to courts. First is JP, right? So in JP, NBCC has now come and said that they want to take over the project. They want to become the owners of the company. So
Yeah.
NBCC will be the management or control the management of JP Infratech, which is the company in insolvency. And they therefore, because they want to become the owners of the company, they are putting in money to complete the projects. Second is Unitech. Now Unitech is, they have on 20th of January's after 20th of January's order, the government has suggested reconstituting the entire board of directors. Now board of directors have been reconstituted. The Supreme Court asked this reconstituted board of directors to give a proposal for revival. That proposal is yet to be presented and discussed. So in Amrapali, the builder, NBCC is not taking over the companies. NBCC is not taking over the projects. NBCC is only working as a consultant. The project has been taken over by the court. Court has appointed its officer, which is the court receiver, to take over the project. So right now, for us buyers, the owners of the project is Supreme Court itself. So, which is a unique thing about Amrapali. Now, because NBCC has been brought on board as a consultant, NBCC said that they do not have the money. They are also taking over and putting in their funds to take over JP. They said initially, in the very beginning, when they were brought on board, they said that they were not going to put in any money from their own pockets, and therefore, which stand has been accepted by Supreme Court. So right now, to say that anyone goes and argues otherwise and Supreme Court will accept that is very difficult. So therefore, NBCC said that they can only help the Supreme Court in completing these if sufficient funds are arranged. And Supreme Court accepted and said that yes, they will try their best to arrange the funds for construction of these projects. And this is the only reason why Supreme Court in the July judgment said that Noida is not eligible to claim any money. Banks who have financed these projects are not eligible to claim any money. Whatever money will be generated from the buyers, from sale of all the properties of Amrapali, will be used only for construction of the projects. In fact, Noida, in the last hearing, if you see, Noida was saying that as per the applicable norms and regulations, unused FARs have to be returned back to them, back to these authorities. And Supreme Court on 10th of June, which is 7 days ago, has passed a judgment saying that no, these unused FAR will also be sold and the money will be used for completion of these projects. So therefore, NBCC only is working as a contract consultant, and therefore their stand has been that they'll not put in any money from their own pocket. And it is the Supreme Court which has assured NBCC and has taken and is doing its level best to for these projects. So that's where NBCC is from. Role of NBCC in Amrapali is different from, and it is not putting in. It needs money upfront to start work in these projects.
क्योंकि एनबीसीसी कई प्रोजेक्ट्स 12-15 प्रोजेक्ट्स एक साथ शुरू कर रहा है और डिफरेंट प्रोजेक्ट्स को शुरू करने के लिए एनबीसीसी के पास, एनबीसीसी बिल्डर नहीं है, एनबीसीसी कॉन्ट्रैक्टर के तौर पे आया है, इसीलिए एनबीसीसी के पास ये पैसे एक साथ आने हैं ताकि सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स शुरू हो सके. एंड दिस इज व्हाई the NBCC has asked for money upfront, and which is why the Supreme Court also understands and has asked the government of India to help. और जो आप पूछ रहे हैं कि बैंक्स को क्यों नहीं penalize किया जा रहा है, Mihir, I think there's a lot of anger against the banks because the banks did disburse the money knowing fully well that the projects were not meeting any of the completion
requirements.
So is there something that you would like to tell the consumers, because the consumers are justifiably very angry that the banks have lent their money, did not check whether work was going on the ground, and now
Yes.
suddenly the penalty is on the consumer. Would you like?
Yes. So see, you need to realize that banks not only paid the buyers through home loans, I mean, on behalf of buyers through home loans, but banks also directly finance these projects.
Right.
Okay. And that itself is approximately 3,000-4,000 crore rupees with interest. Now, if you see the July's judgment of Supreme Court, July 2019, 23rd July 2019 judgment, Supreme Court has extensively dealt with the claims of these banks. And Supreme Court has clearly held that it was because of the failure of the banks to keep a check on the amount that they had paid to the promoters, to ensure that this money was used for the projects and was not being diverted, and banks have failed that. Therefore, banks are now stopped from claiming this money from the buyers. So to say that banks have not been penalized because of their failure, because of failure in their duty to ensure that these projects were being completed, may not be factually correct.
Yeah.
Banks are already on the on the bad side of court, and there's a detailed judgment which upheld their culpability.
Yeah.
So it's not as if banks have not being penalized.
बैंक्स को भी पेनल्टी देना पड़ रहा है, मगर आज आपकी जरूरत ये है कि आपको अपना मकान चाहिए and to complete your houses there needs to be some money on the table to start the work. Now Praful Khare asks, why does the Supreme Court not open an escrow account for each project so that the buyer's money will not be used in any other project, and the buyer's signature should be mandatory for fund disbursement? Clearly, the faith in the system has not come back to the consumers. And the consumers say that I'm willing to pay my money. And like Tahini also said, there are consumers who have the money to pay, but they are scared that it will go into some common pool, which where there is no accountability. They all, I think, out of about 70% of the people who have asked questions here are saying that, can I have a timeline for my project, and can I pay my money into an escrow account?
Yes, so the escrow account is already there, which is the common escrow account. Initially, the idea was that once you fill that form to pay the money in escrow account, you're supposed to put in your project's name and your tower's details. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean your flat details, which contains your tower details. There's been extensive discussion. UCO Bank and the receiver. Initially, there was a proposal to make a separate account for each tower in each project, but that large number of accounts, which was difficult in management purposes. So UCO Bank said, once you fill this portal data, they will ensure that this data is being available to the receiver to find out how much money has which tower.
Yeah.
And he has been assuring us that the money paid for, say for example, there are 200 flats in one tower. The money paid by these 200 players will only be used for that tower. But this was in a situation where all the buyers were paying the money. Right now, the money that has come from all sources, that is money returned by people like Royal Golf, which is about 50 crore rupees. Money paid by the some money has come from the erstwhile CFO of Amrapali, the promoters, the other authorities. Everything in total is, and the buyers, is only about 250 crore rupees. So right now, all the money is being put in a common pool, and from this common pool, work is being done. Once money comes from a large number of buyers, or all the buyers from the banks and buyers who are supposed to pay individually, receiver has been assuring us that he'll put in a mechanism that money paid for a project will only be used for that project. Right.
An important message that has come out that the receiver says that पैसा अकाउंट में आ जाए, वो ये इंश्योर करेंगे कि जो पैसा आप उस टावर के लिए पे कर रहे हैं वो उसी टावर में यूज किया जाए, और रिसीवर आपके आपके कंसर्न से वाकिफ हैं, वो कह रहे हैं कि यही होगा, पैसे आने दीजिए। अभी तो 240 करोड़ आया है, 240 करोड़ में अभी इनफ नहीं है शुरू करने के लिए। एसबीआई कैप से 500 करोड़ और फ्रॉम द स्ट्रेस फंड मांग रहे हैं। And actually, what Manjusha Sharma says that buyers pay some money, work starts, and then the fund there's not enough funds and work stops. How do we ensure that if we pay the money has to be used,
Utilized.
the work going uninterrupted?
Yes, so this fear has been expressed by Supreme Court also, and that therefore NBCC has said that they need about 10% every quarter. So 10% comes to about 700 crore rupees every quarter. Supreme Court is therefore, because of this, Supreme Court is simultaneously trying to arrange money from all three sources, that is buyers, the stress fund, and sale of properties. Remember, the total money that has to come from buyers is about 3,000 crore rupees. So if 3,000 crore comes, plus say 500 to 2,000 crore from this stress fund, and because now today Supreme Court is also going to pass directions and remove hurdles in auction of properties. So we are sure that once the work starts, there will be sufficient fund to take care of the entire construction. Because one quarter is only 700 crore is needed. So if you have some 3,500 crore from buyers and from stress fund only, and I'm not counting the money that may come from auction of properties, that is sufficient for at least 5 quarters. In 5 quarters, a large number of flats can be completed. You will have unsold inventory, which is completed unsold inventory, which can also be sold then. And confidence of buyers and general public in these projects will increase. So we will have people who will be willing to put in money to buy the unsold Amrapali flats.
Yeah.
And I mean, there'll be sufficient funds. Yeah.
शुरू हो जाए, ये कंस्ट्रक्शन पूरी तरह रुका हुआ है, कंस्ट्रक्शन एक बार शुरू हो जाए, रिमेम्बर एक्स्ट्रा एफएआर दिया गया है जिसको बेच के पैसा आ सकता है, जो लैंड है जिसपे एक्स्ट्रा लैंड है उसको भी मोनेटाइज करके यूको बैंक हैज शोन इट्स विलिंगनेस की राइट मिहिर दैट दे विल लेंड टू द प्रोजेक्ट्स, तो यूको बैंक भी ये कह रहा है कि हम दे सकते हैं। एनबीसीसी सिद्धनाथ सिंह जी, आपने जो पूछा है एनबीसीसी को सारे पैसे क्यों चाहिए, क्योंकि काम शुरू होना है, कॉन्ट्रैक्टर अप्रूव करने के लिए अभी मुझे कितने प्रोजेक्ट्स पे टेंडर 11 प्रोजेक्ट्स पे टेंडर निकल चुका है, इसीलिए 11 प्रोजेक्ट्स तो कम से कम निकलेंगे, बाकी 2-3 प्रोजेक्ट्स ऐसे हैं जिसमें फ्रॉड का केस है और वो सॉर्ट आउट करके उस पे भी टेंडर निकाला जाएगा। ये और कुमार मृत्युंजय, आप जो कह रहे हैं कि कोर्ट रिसीवर कितनी बार बोल चुके हैं कि एक बार काम हो जाए तो मेरा काम हो गया, मैं खुद कोर्ट रिसीवर से बात कर चुकी हूँ, कोर्ट रिसीवर नहीं कहते कि काम शुरू हो जाए तो मैं भाग रहा हूँ, कोर्ट रिसीवर ने कहा है आम्रपाली का लास्ट बायर को जब तक घर नहीं मिलेगा मैं
विद रजिस्ट्री
रहूंगा। Therefore, I would say that आप कह रहे हैं कि आपके खिलाफ वर्क किया जा रहा है, no, the system is working towards a solution. It's a very, very complex situation, and the fact that Kumar Mihir has been with us for the best part of the last 1.5 hours trying to explain this, that Tahini Bhushan has been here representing the case of the buyers, and the fact that this is about the 5th or 6th show that I'm doing only on Amrapali. Prabhakar and I are committed to make sure that each one of you, जितना आपका प्रॉब्लम कम हो सके हम करेंगे, हम कोशिश करेंगे, मगर आप जो इंडिविजुअली पूछ रहे हैं कि 4 and 5 और फरोना हाइट्स किसको मिलेगा, क्या हो सकता है, एक एक प्रोजेक्ट का हम तभी आपको बता सकते हैं जब वो एनबीसीसी उसको रिलीज करेगा। जैसे ही रिलीज होगा मैजिक ब्रिक्स में, टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया में ये छपेगा, इसके बारे में डिटेल्स हम लगातार डालते रहेंगे और lawyers like Kumar Mihir are attached to us. They are telling us what is happening on the ground, and we are bringing that information to you. I would like to assure each consumer out here that you are not alone. I think एक तो आप सब एक साथ हैं. The buyers group is very strong. Remain in the buyers group. The Supreme Court has clearly shown that it is sympathetic to the consumers. The banks have been chided for their faults, and they have been told that they should be facilitating you, and your money is to be used for your projects, and that is an assurance that the court receiver has given through Kumar Mihir, and the court receiver has told me. I've spoken to the court receiver myself.
Even I have met him personally along with a group of buyers, and court receiver was emotionally invested in this. He has said that I have taken this as a moral responsibility that the last buyer gets the registry papers, then only I will and he's saying I'm not making anything out of this financially as such. My aim is to ensure that the wrong has to be corrected in the best possible manner. So on that front, I will not be questioning the court receiver.
Good hands. The Supreme Court is working with you. The court receiver is working with you. Lawyers are working in your favor. Let's see that this mess is sorted out. I think the NBCC is trying to make headway. Let's see that this mess is sorted out, and each one of you, everyone who's here, should get your house sooner than later. Thank you so much for watching the Property Show. I'm Jayashree Kurup, this is Prabhakar Sinha, and our two guests, Kumar Mihir and Tahini Bhushan.
Thank you.
Thank you.